Subhanallah, having role models like this. Subhanallah, at creations at this level of nafs. They are so content with fulfilling what Allah has ordered them to do and refraining from what He hasn't. Please recite salawat. So we've come into this deception. Also, He's infiltrated us, and He's also allowed us to think, you know what? I'm not around. This month, I'm shackled. I'm not here. And what's the point? What's the big deal? Any of you, and I've heard this, you know what? How can the devil actually be shackled and yet so many sins continue to happen from the non-believers and even amongst the believers? Prime example, what's happened over this month that we've had so far? Were there not mass riots all over England? Isn't that a prime example of when the nafs becomes so low that trainers and plasma screens and mobile phones become the highlight and the be-all and end-all of all that we're about? Imagine lowering yourself to such a degree that you are willing to break somebody's shop, kill, murder somebody for a better phone, for a better TV, for a better pair of trainers. If that isn't materialism at its peak, I don't know what is. But this is what happens when your driving force is nothing other than competing with everybody else. You know, when the people, some of these youth, when they were interviewed, they were asked, why did you do it? You know what the answer was? We wanted the rich to know that we can also have what they've got. Wow. Doesn't make a difference what means, but we can get it. Even though we might end up in jail and all the rest of it, doesn't make a difference how many people we hurt, how much damage we cause. But the point is, we can get it too. How embarrassing, how sad that the human being, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for, becomes so decrepit that his life goal is getting the latest trainers, getting the latest clothes, and the latest gadgets. This is what happens. We become relaxed. An example, and I don't want this to happen to any of us, inshallah. If, for example, after finishing from this majalis today, you go home. And you go home, and there's people stood outside your house and they say, you know what? There's a gas leak in the house. Or there's asbestos. Or there's some type of toxin that's been released in the house. You will not think of going in that house. You'll stay outside until you are absolutely certain that there's no danger there. Even though you might not be able to see it. It's the very same concept. When we become relaxed, when we feel that there's no danger, we start breathing easy, we start relaxing. You know what? Shaitan's not around to influence me. Hence, therefore, every single thing that I will do has to be right. He's not there to whisper to me now because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shackled him. So this is one of the consequences, and this is some of his trickery. That has also not just infiltrated the masses, but also infiltrated us. So the question that now comes is, what is the Prophet actually talking about? Because he mentions the shayateen, مغلولة فاسألوا ربكم أن لا يسلطها عليكم. The devils have been shackled. So ask and pray to your Lord for them not to overpower you. What are these shayateen? I could be really cruel here and I could say, not looking at the time, and answer this tomorrow. But I'll depend on your salawat, I guess. For 5 minutes, inshallah. I've been told to keep you keen, so that you can continue coming, but I don't think that's required. Mashallah, we have what we need here. Even if I'm not here and nobody's here, inshallah, we'll still continue to come. Please recite the salawat. So then, why this reference to the shayateen? Well, after having studied this particular sermon, and like I said to you at the beginning, every single group of the Muslim Ummah is consistently saying and has stated that we agree with the context and the content of this sermon. And many scholars have also referred to the shayateen in a particular form, and they say that it is hunger. Hunger of fasting in this holy month of Ramadan, which shackles and hampers the shayateen from penetrating into mankind. Imam Ali alayhi salam has stated, إن الشيطان لا يجري من ابن آدم مجرى الدم فضيق مجاريه بالجوع. Surely Satan flows through the veins and the blood vessels of the children of Adam exactly the same way that blood does. The devil flows through our blood. What is this? These are the words of Imam Ali. What is actually being referred to here as this shayateen is in essence what we call the inner devils. What is this inner devil? The devils of the south. Or in Arabic terminology, al-nafs al-ammara bis-su. It's this very basic nafs which the Holy Prophet is referring to when he talks about this nafs that has been shackled, this shayateen. Remember when I said yesterday, this nafs is also known as the evil inviting of satanic self. And its goal is only to fulfill its animalistic desires. Now this shayateen, these devils, and his band of followers, not the devil himself, in other words, the desires of this world, are hampered when we fast. And Imam Ali refers to this in another beautiful statement. He says, نعم العون على أسر النفس وكسر عاداتها التجوع. How excellent a helper is hunger in taking the soul as captive and breaking its habits. And inshallah, it's coming to 11 o'clock. So I'll stop here and inshallah we'll continue tomorrow. Please let us make a dua. Please raise your hands. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we ask you to keep us holding firmly onto those two heavy and weighty things that the Holy Prophet left behind. One of them being the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the other one being their practical manifestations in the form of the Ahlul Bayt. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, allow us to become aware and conscious of the devils that exist outside, but more so the devils that exist within. Because only when we become aware of the devils within can we have a chance of fighting the devil outside. My Lord, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, allow us to gain a level of awareness of this nafs and its stages so that we can transcend through them. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive us all our sins if you haven't forgiven us up until now. O Allah, if there are members of this community and each member that sat here that no longer is in their physical presence amongst us, is in the state of barzakh, my Lord, please forgive them all their sins and make them have a pleasant time in the state of barzakh. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We thank
Shaykh Hassanain for that very beneficial and great talk. He will be inshallah doing a talk tomorrow, Sunday, same program. Iftar will be served, and also on Monday as well, Iftar will be served. And after Da'ar Iftitah, Shaykh Hassanain will be doing this talk. Just a few notices basically. We need donations for these events, welcoming events as well for the youth. The youth are our future, so if you could just donate just a small amount towards these events. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.